folks, Chris Voss here from the ChrisVossShow.com, the ChrisVossShow.com. Hey, we're just coming here with a blog post. We want to share the course review, the latest in social media and technology. Be sure to give us a like, subscribe to us on YouTube so you can get all the latest and greatest from us of all the cool gadgets and technology that we review. This is from AT&T. It's the new Nokia 1020, and this thing's pretty awesome. In fact, I'm very impressed with it right now. So far, after playing with it for 24 hours, I'd say this is the Windows phone to get if you're a Windows Phone fanatic. It's definitely the best Windows phone I feel on the market right now, and it's from AT&T at amzn.to. Be sure to tell them Chris Voss sent you, and be sure to search for all the other AT&T phone reviews and phone reviews just in general of all the major companies that send us phones to review. So what this is called the Lumia Nokia 1020. It's a pretty awesome freaking phone. It's got a very impressive camera to it, and it's got very impressive speed to it. Now, we have the AT&T Lumia 920 that we've used to compare this to, and of course we reviewed the other Nokia Lumias, I believe the 925, and I think the other one, I can't remember who it's with. So be sure to look at those reviews, but we are super, super impressed with this Nokia. It's much lighter, it's much faster, especially in its response and everything that it does. The camera interface is pretty freaking awesome, which we'll show you, and it's nice. I really like it. I was impressed with the 920, and now I'm impressed with it a little more. So let's get into some of the details of the Nokia and see what it's about, what's inside the guts of this. It's got a battery capacity of 2,000 milliamp hours, which will give you talk time up to 12.5 hours, standby time up to 12 hours. The dimensions are 5.13 in height, 2.81 in width, and 0.41 in thickness. It weighs 5.56 ounces, and it's definitely nicely lighter than the 920. The chipset is a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 processor with a dual-core 1.5 gigahertz chip in it. It's got up to 32 gigabytes of internal memory storage. It's got plenty of stuff there to play with. 2 gigabytes of RAM. It's got, of course, 4G LTE. It's got NFC on it, Bluetooth technology, all that sort of good stuff. The operating system is Windows 8. The display size on the screen is 4.5 inches, and the resolution is 1280 by 768. I would like to see a 1080p screen from the folks at Nokia, but hopefully that will come someday soon. And it's got 16.7 million colors, of course, which is on most of these Gorilla Glass screens that you see coming out nowadays, and all that good stuff. Now, what's interesting about the device also, it has on the back a purported rear-facing camera of 41 megapixels. Now, this is kind of a software fluff that they take and do, so there's some things that go into work on it. It's got an autofocus camera sensor with Zeiss optics and a xenon flash, which is more powerful now than, or supposed to be more powerful than the 920's original flash. Some other things that you should know about it. It's got 1080p, 30 frames per second out the back. And on the front-facing camera, you're looking at a 2 megapixel camera with 720 HD video capture, playback, and everything else. It's got a lot of really cool software too. It's got the Nokia Pro camera, and some other things that I think are coming with most of the Nokias: Nokia Panorama, Cinegraph, Creative Studio, Smart Camera, all these different shots, best shot, motion focus, action shot, remove moving objects, change faces, etc. All different software programs that come with it from the Nokia service that you can take and utilize there. So you can see here we've got our speaker at the top, front-facing camera, some different sensors. The bottom we have, once again, the usual capacitive touchscreen you see with the Nokia Lumia, the back button, the home button, and the search button, if you will. Now, it's got a great screen to it. One thing that you really notice about the Lumia 1020 is it's very light. It feels incredibly light, and it fits very well in the hand. I don't know if they made some sort of changes to the outside, but it definitely fits better in your hand. Now, you've got these xenon flashes that are here. You've got your camera that's here, and you've got kind of a NFC or charging station plugs here. We haven't figured out what this is. We're trying to find our charging station plug-in. But the camera eye sits raised up, and probably because they needed more room to do stuff too. So it sits raised up from the body. Some people I've heard haven't been too excited about it, but it actually helps you hold on to the Nokia, where you can kind of loop your finger around it when you're holding it like this, and actually gives you the less chances of dropping or slipping out of your hands. On the bottom, we have a speaker, we have your charge sync cable, and they've actually put a little loop where you can loop kind of like a little one of those belt cords around it and get it going on. On the top, you have once again the centered earpiece, the microphone, and a SIM card hole. Down the right side, we have your usual rocker buttons in the upper area here, and then we have your power button in the middle there, and your camera shutter button on the far bottom there. And on the left-hand side, nothing, pretty much just a slick old area to take and do stuff. So really good-looking body, of course, and like I say, it's much lighter than the Nokia Lumia 920. Now, one thing it does do is when it's in standby mode, it will keep showing you the time here, which is kind of an interesting thing. I guess it doesn't use much battery, at least from what I can tell, and everything else. Now, it's really, really fast and responsive on the menu. I've been really happy with the speed of it and how well it just goes through everything. I believe it's much faster than the other phones that we've played with, and I've been very impressed with the speed. I don't see any lag. Now, one thing that we have liked is the Nokia ProCam. You can see there's a big icon for it here. Let's talk about what that is and what it does. Okay, so here's the UI that you can see here that I really, really like the camera UI on the new 1020. Now, you can press your finger to the screen, as you can see here. It will move around and everything else and put the point of focus where you decide you want the point of focus to be. Across the top, you have an area that has your different galleries in it, where you can go in and see the photos. You can see here it takes really great, amazing photos, really beautiful, and everything else. You've got an area where you can see your most recent photo. You can click on it, and then, of course, it's showing it to you. But very, very impressed with the photos on here. The other thing I really like is this new top menu, and the top menu's got a really quick drop-down area that you can take and make. So you can see here I can quickly and easily change through a lot of different settings here. But when you click on white balance, you've got this right area that pops up. I believe for auto it does the same. You can dial in your iOS. What else do we have here? Your I'm not sure if that's brightness or what that is. There's brightness and darkness there. You can change all these different settings in basic format to what you want to take and do. I'm working around the front of the camera here, so I can't really see. But you can make the adjustments to what you want to take and do and fit them into your mode of shooting. And then it's very easy to switch between the video and camera modes. So you can just, by moving that back and forth right there, you can easily take and do that. So it's got a great system. You can even choose between several of these different apps that come with it. They're supposed to be for special lenses and shooting, special things that you can utilize these apps for, and kind of integrating them into your shot, if you will. We've been very, very impressed, like I said, with the pictures that we've gotten out of the Lumia. Just really great, beautiful, sharp images. The depth of field you can see in this focus. We got a depth of fields that came out really well, where just by clicking in another area we can get those depth of field things. Flash is pretty powerful, and you can choose to use it or choose to not use it. It just kind of depends. But we got really, really incredible pictures out of it, and depending upon how you're using it, away you go. The Nokia Lumias have always had probably some of the greatest cameras on the mobile devices that are out there, and they've really bumped it up with the Nokia Lumia 1020 and this megapixels that they have and the software they're using. So I've really enjoyed it, been really impressed with it. It works great not only on big pictures, pictures that might be farther away from you, but also works on really almost macro stuff where you can shoot in macro. So, all in all, I've really enjoyed the Nokia Lumia 1020. I really think if you have an old 920 and you're looking to upgrade, or older Nokia that you're looking to upgrade, this is definitely the phone to have. If you love Windows phones, this is definitely the phone to have out of all the Nokia products we reviewed. There's been some recently, I think that the 9 series that have that are with their services, but this one is definitely impressive. It's a much lighter, much better camera, very super fast, super response. Just a really great phone all the way around. If I was a big Windows fan, this is probably my exclusive phone that I used. So I've been real impressed with it. Check it out. You can go to the website at amzn.to. That's amzn.to. Chris Voss tested, Chris Voss approved. One final thing I'll say about this, I really think this is the way they envisioned Windows and Nokia when they issued these products to be working and being able to have the great ability they do. It takes several revisions for finally engineers to be able to get what they want in a phone and make it work the way they want it. So I think this has finally come to fruition for the Nokia Lumia series and Windows 8 phones. So be sure to check them out. Tell them Chris Voss sent you. AT&T.com. Be sure to subscribe, give us a like on this video so we can keep bringing you other great videos. And be sure to watch the ChrisVossShow.com for all the latest, greatest toys and gadgets. Thanks for coming by.